This episode of the Date Podcast is sponsored by Bopsy. Meet up to 6 people over mobile video. It's video speed dating. Download Bopsy in the Google Play Store or iTunes. Check out bopsy.com. Hey, this is Zorric.
And Emma.
Host of the Date Podcast. We're so excited to do another show for you. We can't stop laughing because of Emma. We have a few thought-provoking topics we'd like to discuss. So, Emma.
Yes.
Have you heard of freckling before?
No.
Well, it reminds me of intercourse, and I'll tell you why in a minute.
Oh, my word.
Uh-huh.
But first, we like to ask for your help. We're a new podcast available on iTunes and Google Play. If you like what you hear, please subscribe to the podcast and leave a review. Also, tell your friends about the podcast. We appreciate the feedback and support. If you have any questions, comments, or show topics you'd like for us to discuss, you can drop us a note at hello@datepodcast.com or on @datepodcast on Instagram and Twitter.
Bam.
All right, now to the fun stuff.
Okay, so big shout out to the Lifetime channel.
Lifetime channel!
We had Stephanie from Love at First Flight.
Yes, we did.
2 weeks ago. But so what news I found is that Ryan Buckley and Jacqueline Schwarzenberg broke up. But it's not about them breaking up. The reason why I bring this up is because can you marry somebody? It's like a blind marriage to show. Have you guys seen Married at First Sight?
Okay,
I've
sorry.
heard of it and I've been told I need to go on it, but no.
But yeah, so you don't meet the person. You have no choice, but some relationship matchmaker matches you and you marry them. And you live with them for like 6 weeks or months or something.
I'd rather have an arranged marriage where
But
you
that
have to
is
go.
right.
No, but arranged marriages nowadays, like you can still go on dates, you can still meet the person, and then decide if you want to date them or not.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is that your family chooses them for you, and I trust my mom wholeheartedly, and the same thing with my sister. Like I truly believe my mom and my sister would pick out the person that I want because they know everything about me.
Yeah.
They know my flaws.
So there should be a show with like your relatives that pick the guy for you. Is
They
that what you're saying?
have a movie like that. It's called Meet the
Fiddler on the
Pattels.
Roof.
Oh.
If I were a rich man.
Oh my gosh. So they were together for, it says here, 10 months. But what do you expect for people that never met each other? And obviously they're using some algorithm or some science to match these people.
Yeah.
But
I also think reality TV just like speeds up everything, and so you're not like truly like getting that organic relationship.
No.
yeah.
You need to know how they are in traffic. What happens if your computer breaks? Like, you need to know what this person is like when they're angry.
Or when there's slow Wi-Fi.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So
We're all
Kaylee.
grieving that moment.
So Kaylee.
Yeah.
You're here. How's it
Hey.
going?
It's going very well.
She was on our last episode, which she's amazing. That's why she's back again.
Yay.
But have you heard of freckling before?
I have not.
Okay.
It sounds
And
like
I
freckles.
It does.
Yeah, it does. I don't know how I feel about that term. It's a little strange.
It's super strange. It's the latest trend in dating.
Yeah.
And what it says here in this article by Lauren Franklin is that freckling refers to the fact that freckles come out in the summer, and it is someone who appears in your life when days are long, the nights are heavy, hot and heavy, and generally life is great and sunny, and then disappears as soon as it gets cold.
So it's like summer romance.
I feel like we should call it
actually,
highlights
yeah.
instead. That's a better word.
Yeah.
Had me up. How does that sound?
Proceed.
Don't
Yeah.
make me do it.
I don't like. I blanked after that part.
Had me a blast.
Thank you.
It said had me a
Okay,
blast. That's what I wanted to say, but it didn't sound.
so bad.
There we go. That's the one that I wanted.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, so
Uh-huh.
all right, chorus.
All time. Yeah, it's gonna be the whole evening.
Yeah. So anyway, so they basically stalk your Facebook and your Instagram and your Twitter, and if they see you're having a great time, they pop into your life and want to be with you because it's summer. It says here in this article that summer is the horniest time of the year.
Okay.
That's
First of
interesting.
all,
Wait, what?
Okay.
Opinions.
First of all,
Go for it.
well, okay, I wouldn't call it my horniest season of the year, but I have said in the past that spring and summer are my like 2 seasons where I want to date people because you have so many fun activities that you can do.
Exactly.
So I don't agree with the horniest, but at least not for me.
Flirtiest?
Flirtiest, I
Okay.
will take that. So I do agree with that bit. Just, like not the horniest pertains to me.
So when are you most horniest, Emma?
Ooh.
We're not going to talk about that.
We need more wine for that.
Kaylee, when are you most horniest?
When I've shaved my entire leg.
Oh, that is
Plural.
you have to shave.
Both legs.
Everyone out there, not just one.
Okay, but like in winter, you're wearing pants.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Doesn't
don't
really
shave during the winter.
At all?
No. I also don't have very hairy legs.
Okay, well, not everybody has that luxury.
I know. Sorry, it's my dreams. So what can I say?
My mother prayed for this. That's a whole nother story.
No, but true. Like, I don't have very hairy legs. So, like, I've shown one of our friends in the past, like, my legs in the middle of winter. And I was like, look, I haven't shaved in like 2 months. And she was like, are you serious? And then she touched it. She's like, oh.
Were you
like,
like a dolphin? Like
I looked like a dolphin. I
like
looked like a dolphin.
smooth.
Yeah, I looked like a dolphin.
Glistening.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it was very shiny because I like to use cocoa butter in the winter.
Butter is good on
I'm
everything.
sorry, I'm imagining really hairy legs with like cocoa butter getting clogged.
No, I don't have hairy legs.
Okay, stop saying that.
I'll prove it when winter comes around.
Winter is coming.
Winter is coming. Game of Thrones.
Speaking of coming, I think that winter is the most horniest time. That's what I think.
I agree.
Not the summer. Even though everyone's like, out and like
Yes,
naked.
everybody does
agree
want to
with
get laid because
Yeah.
you're secluded and it's cold.
You got to keep warm somehow.
Yeah.
It's friction.
And there's fireplaces. Like, hello,
It's
that's
just
romantic.
romance. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
What are you gonna do? Like I just want to like have a fireplace and drink wine.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I feel way cuter in my boots anyway. So, I mean, winter is like my time.
I'm Hispanic, so I feel like I thrive in the heat.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm not.
we know
I
that's-
burn in the shade.
yeah.
that is true. I've
Yeah.
seen it happen.
Yeah.
So at the end of this, they basically they slide into your DM when you're least expecting it. So that's what freckling is. So freckling is someone that appears in your life whenever it looks like you're having a great time, only in the summer. And that's it. That's what freckling is. And as soon as fall comes around, they're away.
Cuffling again, right?
The opposite of
What?
cuffing.
Cuffing?
Cuffing it's the
It's
opposite.
freckling.
Because I think
So we
Kaylee and I
have-
like to cuff because we like
Yeah.
the winter season.
Yeah.
I like to freckle.
It's warm and cuddly. Because in the summer, I'm like,
Freckled.
get off me. It is hot, and if you touch me, I'll kill you.
It's getting hot in here. No? Okay.
No, keep going. You were doing great.
This is the musical,
I'm
Emma.
fine.
Go
It is
for
the
it.
musical number.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, my rapping is horrible. I think people would stop listening to us.
I know, right?
that
So,
was good.
have you guys ever had this happen before? Any freckling going on?
Yes.
Yes. Can you speak and tell us what happened?
Well,
Speak your truth.
it's like it
Go,
happened
girl.
like years ago because I have been in more like monogamous relationships, I guess. So it did happen a few years ago, and I remember like we met kind of like the spring summer era, and it was like very just like hot and heavy. Like we were always going out, we were always like making out, holding hands. Again, remember I'm celibate, so for me
Oh,
it's
of course.
different.
So it was really like
She's-
warm and medium.
She's crossing her arms and fingers right now. Go ahead.
I hate you so much. It was hot.
One finger.
Why are you minimizing
I'm not.
my story
Go
and
ahead.
how I feel about things? Why do you do that?
Go-
No. You can't do that.
Oh, no.
You can't
You're
tell
in
me how to
trouble
live
now.
my life.
Oh my gosh. Oh gosh.
That's horrible.
This is entertaining to be a
How
part
dare
of.
you? How dare you?
Go ahead with your story.
Share
We
your
want to
truth.
hear.
your shorts.
Let me drink some more
Anyways,
wine.
That may not be helpful.
no, I don't think it will be.
But do it anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway, so like by the time that fall came around, he had the story that he was moving to Austin and left.
Do they
Yeah.
not have phones there?
Apparently not.
It's weird.
Yeah.
Huh.
And dropped off at the face of the earth.
Keep Austin.
So-
Ooh, ghoster. Ghoster.
Yeah.
Terrible.
This was also when you probably had to pay for like text messages.
Mm. Flip
You don't
phones.
remember that?
I remember it. I
Oh,
wasn't
okay.
allowed to text.
I had like a texting plan. I could send a few.
No. Because that was when I was on my mom's plan and she would like murder me if I texted anyone.
Oh.
That's also probably why I like to text instead of call now.
You're like,
Yeah.
I'm making up for it.
Uh-huh.
But I would feel terrible, Emma. Is it you felt terrible? Like you had,
In the
you had
moment,
questions,
I
and I'm like,
did.
where
Yeah.
the heck did you go?
like, I think he also is the one who like I found about. He notebooked me actually.
What?
Wait, what? For the audience and for Kaylee, obviously she doesn't know. No,
So
I
one
know,
of the
of
dates,
course.
one of the dates that he invited me was because he wanted to watch The Notebook with me. Turns out he didn't have it, so he wanted to watch Titanic instead because it's also like a romantic movie.
Why? Why? No. Okay.
No, it's Emma's equivalent to Netflix and chill.
No, I get that, but
Yeah.
opinions. Okay, keep going on your story, and then I'll go on my tangent.
So me being young and beautiful as always, I went
Amen.
and hung out.
Uh-huh.
And then when we got there, I was like, no, I don't want to do this. Like, if you don't have the movie and I don't want to watch Titanic, like, can we go
I was
out
in this for
somewhere
the movie.
instead? Yeah, I was like, can we go somewhere else instead? So then we went somewhere else.
Yeah. No. Why? Okay. Tangent. Why would you invite somebody over to your house to watch a movie you're gonna cry in? Why?
Because
That's not
that's
attractive.
the power of the Notebook, though.
Runny mascara is not cute.
But that's the power of
Sniffling.
the Notebook. I think at that point, I also used like waterproof mascara.
It doesn't matter.
Okay, I disagree.
But it's fun to like cuddle with somebody and like
Yeah.
watch like a loving movie
Which is
and
great. I love that
you
idea, but
yeah.
don't, like,
Not in the summer, right?
Die
Because you're
at the
hot,
end.
right?
yeah, don't touch me.
I mean, we were
Sorry.
indoors. There was AC. It was fine.
Mm-hmm.
That AC better be cranked.
Yeah. Should be like at 69 degrees.
Like
you know what I'm
in the
saying?
winter, I sleep in a
Zorric.
ball. In the summer, I'm like starfishing.
Inappropriate, Zorric.
Excuse me.
Inappropriate.
I'm just saying that's my favorite temperature. Okay, so
You're
it
the
sucks.
worst.
I am. So Kaylee, any
Yeah.
freckling going on in your life?
Not currently.
Lie.
No. What do you mean lie?
Lie.
Dagger.
How am I lying?
You don't think this past person's a freckler?
Mm.
No, because we
What's wrong with this
started
person?
talking in February.
Dang it. Okay.
When was your first
Burn.
date, though?
So he doesn't live here.
Oh wow.
She doesn't. You don't have to go
long,
into details. with
long distance
So I
relationship.
mean, like date wise, that's a little weird.
Yeah. How do you feel about long distance relationships?
It depends. I honestly, it gets complicated there. Hashtag it's complicated.
it. Hashtag
Yeah.
posting on social media. Don't do that.
Don't friggin' do it. No, I don't think there's an issue with long distance relationship if there's an end in sight.
And what kind of end?
Like
Like a
are you
freckling
going
end?
to? I'm done. It's cold outside.
Don't cuddle with me.
Don't
Go
touch
ahead.
me. No, I mean, I think that long distance relationships have to be really a priority.
Mhm.
You can't just do it casually.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Because do you feel like you have to put more effort into long distance relationships?
For sure. And I think that it's a lot lonelier to be in a long distance relationship than it is to be single, honestly. Because then you know exactly who you're not with.
What?
And
I'm confused.
so
I feel like that's so deep,
you
Kaylee.
miss somebody.
That's
Like
too
you
deep.
miss them,
It's
they're
so
not there.
deep.
As opposed to like, oh, I'm by myself, I'm gonna go hang out with my girlfriends. Like, no big deal.
Okay.
I think,
But,
sorry,
like, you
you
go
just don't
out-
understand like
don't.
our
You're not as
beautiful
evolved.
minds. Yeah.
So hold on.
No.
So we had a
Yeah.
guest. Her name was Danny, and she had a relationship that was really long distance.
Mm-hmm.
And when he came into town, It was hot and heavy. It was romance. Is that what you guys kind of do? Is like because it's like
I live with my
an
parents,
eruption of
so-
like when you see this guy, it's like an eruption
Yeah.
of feelings. It's like a big volcanic blast of.
That's a lot of cleanup, dude. Whoa. Okay.
Y'all should have seen Zorric's hands too. Like he always makes fun of me about being expressive, but he was very expressive in that moment.
Yeah, that was
it was
a
just
lot.
everywhere.
It was a little
It just-
excessive.
yeah.
No, so no, because we've only been long distance.
Okay.
So
Wait, you haven't seen each other, or
No.
Okay.
We have. Yeah. But no, it's just been more like
celibate?
try to no. Try to make it more intentional. Like when he's in town. Oh my God, could you please be serious? I'm like trying to share.
I'm listening.
He's not listening. No, it's I guess for me, I try to make it more of like a normal relationship as
Okay.
opposed to like, oh my God, we have no time. We have to make our time count. No, screw that. I don't
Yeah.
want to. No.
Yeah.
I want to make
Okay.
it normal.
Well, I think that's pretty hot. I mean, I've had that before. I dated somebody in San Francisco, and I would see her every other week. And when I got there, but it's like there's romance. There's like Napa Valley.
Yeah.
We're at the Golden Gate Bridge. We're having a picnic on the beach.
Yeah.
I mean, it was amazing, and then it just kind of fizzled out because it was getting very expensive.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Because you feel like you sort of have to like make up for
Yeah,
like not seeing each
exactly.
other.
Right.
That's
And
what
I
I'm getting at. Yeah.
And that long distance is hard regardless. And it does get expensive, especially if they are like really long distance. Like if they live in Tulsa, like that's a real short flight on Southwest.
Yeah.
Not a big deal.
Yeah.
If you're going across the country, that gets really pricey really fast.
Mm-hmm.
So he's in Tulsa.
No.
No.
No. I will say he's geographically and financially undesirable. Like
Whoa. That's
It's
very
expensive
low.
to go see
Oh,
him.
okay. Does he live in like Afghanistan or something?
no.
He just doesn't live in Texas.
Okay.
No, he does not live in state.
Oklahoma somewhere. Okay.
But
But
if it was Oklahoma, that's almost like not even long distance at this point.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Oklahoma's not a big deal.
yeah, but so my point
Yeah.
is, do you have people that can kind of come back into your life?
Mhm.
Like you date them and then they come back, or do
Like
they
a boomerang?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, like a boomerang. Yeah.
Not for me because I don't really waste my time. So if they were out of my life to begin with,
Yeah.
like why are you coming back?
Yeah,
No.
I gotcha.
You don't
had your
recycle.
chance. Go away. Mm-mm.
You just throw the trash out.
No, throw it out. Let it, try to rot over the next 100 years. No, we're done.
Yeah,
That's a beautiful visual.
yeah. Emma, do you have guys that kind of come back, or you
Yep.
are you kind of just like done with it?
Yep.
No.
I do.
Okay. Well,
I do.
I have some. Or you do, or you don't?
I do.
Oh. Silence.
Please explain.
I don't understand the question.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
What is the question?
The question is, do you have men or women that you've dated that have come back before, maybe like during the summertime?
Oh, not in the summertime, no.
Do you have seasonal lovers?
Yes.
No, I do not have seasonal lovers.
Is his name Benedict Cumberbatch?
He is married
Okay.
with a child, so unfortunately, that fantasy is a fantasy. It cannot realistically happen unless he divorces.
All right, for the audience, she has a picture of him on her mantle, her fireplace. It is straight up like right there. Yes.
There.
He's
You
listening
were
to
there.
looking at me.
I thought you were there when I got it. Were you not there? Oh, okay.
Dude, he's like right there.
My friend made it for me. Well, you know who made it.
Oprah.
Yeah, Oprah made it.
Oh, she's the best.
She is.
Is it one of her favorite things?
Yeah, it is one of her favorite things for 2016.
Everybody gets humpback whales. It's a Dane Cook skit. I'm sorry.
Can I get my student loans paid off by you?
Oh my gosh. Okay, so how do you know if you're being freckled?
How do you know?
How do you know?
Are you starting to sing musicals like you in Greece?
How do you know?
What?
This is a musical. Okay.
Oh.
Let me breathe here. So, how do you know if you've been freckled? Number one,
Uh-huh.
do they actually ask you on dates?
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Wait.
Or
opposed to-
Okay.
do you only ever hook up when you're with your friends? So basically, do they just hang out with you and then, with all your friends, and then they're like, hey Emma, let's go in the back seat and, or
No.
It
or-
is Texas,
yeah.
and not all back seats have AC.
Well,
Like, no.
most back seats have beds. Like,
In an RV, maybe.
like a truck. We're in Texas. A
So
truck.
you're gonna hook up in the
You
bed of
have
a
never
truck.
had sex in the back of a truck.
No.
Okay, so like not to like just seriously curious. Like you've never my seats fold forward, so like the whole back seat is
but
like flat.
I'm taller than 4 feet. Like
I am not. I'm not saying I've done anything.
I will
but
say
I'm
this
just
though,
saying.
like if you have a goal in mind, you can get real creative in
You
how you
can.
accomplish that goal.
Outside, inside, I mean, you name it. It could be anywhere.
That's true.
In a pool.
Oh.
Ew, yeast infection.
Yeah, UTI. Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
gross.
So the other sign is, moving on.
You brought this upon yourself. I don't know what else you
Oh,
expected
hold on.
from it.
Do you ever get together when you're both sober and it feels natural? And
Nope.
they have they even met your closest friends or family? So if they're all,
Actually,
Yeah.
yeah. The dude that I was talking about, he did meet my closest friends. He didn't meet my family because you know how I feel about that.
Mm-hmm.
Like my family isn't gonna meet the guy until I know it's happening because they will get ripped apart by my mom and my sister and my dad.
yeah.
So I wait for
Yeah.
that to happen until it's a very established relationship, and then I'll ease him into my sister.
yeah.
But yeah, no, he did. He met them, and we actually met sober. So
Yeah.
No, the person I'm thinking about was actually, what was it, cuffing? Is that what you were saying?
yeah.
Cuffing?
Yeah. So seasonally, it's not the right, term, but situationally, yeah, it's
Yeah.
like part of your friend group, and then you're like, hey, this was fun. Like as a group, you want to hang out, not as a group.
Mm-hmm.
It's very smooth.
Have you guys ever felt like freckling before? Like you see someone on Instagram and you're like, oh, this guy's having a great time. I should see what he's up to. Or just kind of leave it.
Yeah.
Have you done it? Like
Nope.
slid
No.
into that? No?
No, you know me. You know me. I'm not gonna be what's it called? Assertive about
But you
that.
do catcall though. Establish that.
I do
Those have to be
catcall.
strangers.
Yes, it's easier when people don't know who I am.
When they can't message her and be like, what were you thinking?
Oh my gosh.
I was thinking that your butt looked hot. Actually, you
You
took
a
a
butt girl? Like,
I'm a butt girl.
Okay.
I'm an
Okay.
everything girl.
Okay,
came
a
out
butt
wrong.
girl.
Oh, I like
That's
to
on me,
admire
I'm sorry.
butts. I like to admire butts. I
Celibate?
like to, yeah.
Okay.
Hey, you know what? The Statue of David is beautifully chiseled.
Where is that statue?
In Italy, right?
Oh, okay.
Italy or France? One
I
of
was going to
those.
go with Europe.
Close enough.
I think
not
it's in
wrong.
France. I take it back. I think it might be in France. I think it might be at the Louvre. Like somebody can
That seems
somebody
logical.
can
We're
correct
gonna go
me.
with that.
Is
Somebody
it the
can correct
bathroom?
me.
The loo?
Oh, you uncultured swine. I am not laughing.
Emma's
I just
way
wanna
more
point it
cultured than
out.
we
Is
are.
it the loo or the Louvre?
The Louvre.
It's the bathroom.
No, that's the loo.
What's wrong with you?
Don't open that.
Okay,
can of
what was the
worms on
story?
air,
So
man.
the
You're the reason why they don't like us overseas.
what?
Oh. Has that been tested?
No, he's never been
I've never
overseas.
Every time I just
They're
think
like
of
denied.
Paul Rudd. You sound like you're from London.
I did that once in London.
Yeah, that's why I wasn't really a fan of the tube, because I would say things like that on air.
London was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Let's go back.
Okay.
Goodbye.
So we know now how to not
Right.
how to figure
Like
out if someone's
the
freckling
warning
us.
signs.
Season
Or when we're
has a
being
big part of
freckled.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not heckled, but freckled.
Not heckled or freckled.
That's pretty close.
I've probably freckled before, honestly, and probably nothing has
Oh.
came about of the freckling. And I've been freckled before too, but usually I'm moved on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think you do a good job of that.
Yeah.
I'm
Moving
actually
on.
praising you, not like giving you any shade or anything.
Yeah,
This is not sarcastic. This is legitimate praise.
This is legit.
okay. Let the
praise.
record
you know
show.
why? You know why? Because there's no hands. I don't know if it's true or not, but like she's not moving her hands. Whenever she's truthful, she's like moving her hands.
I have one hand on the wine glass. Like that's kind
It's
of like
assigned a
I'm
job
telling
and
the
it cannot
truth.
abandon its post.
Like
So instead
look,
of the Bible, it's
like,
the glass.
I solemnly swear that I'm telling the truth.
We could probably get that engraved in your glass if you want.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
So, what did we learn today? So, freckling is not cuffing, right, Kaylee?
Yeah.
What's your takeaway from freckling? Is there any
It's
takeaway?
too hot for that. No, cuffing would probably be my cup of tea.
Yeah,
Yeah.
cuffing.
If I was to pick a season.
well, I think it's not for serious people like
No.
yourself.
Yeah. I'm
You're
a
very serious. I mean,
person.
you have not smiled this whole time.
No, I'm stone
Or
cold.
laughed.
Or laughed.
No.
This is
I'm-
all like
Yeah.
That was a
a
laugh
video
track.
of her. Yeah.
Yeah. It's canned laughter. No, I'm a very serious person.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I think that if you're going to be doing something like that, it almost is like a choice. Like, hey,
Yeah.
it's a season. I just want to have fun, as opposed to like friends with benefits or just kind of hooking up. Yeah.
Well, from like a therapist perspective, why would
Okay.
somebody freckle somebody? Because they're just lonely, or like.
I think in the summer you feel good, and being in a relationship or hooking up or whatever you want to call it, you
Yeah.
know, you don't have to use the R word. It feels
Refund?
good.
What's the R word? Relationship.
Yes, refund. That would be a good one. If only we could get refunds. No, so like being in any kind of relationship that's positive releases, you know, dopamine.
And
Yes.
endorphins.
And endorphins. Yay.
Okay.
Yay, chemicals in our
Like
brain.
every relationship, like that stuff comes out.
Positive relationships. And like
Positive,
if you're physically touching somebody, then oxytocin gets released. Oh, thank you, Emma.
You're welcome.
Emma's touching my shoulder and giving me oxytocin.
Also, well, I
I'm
mean,
really
No one's
grateful.
touching me, but
Even
it's
though
okay.
it's really
nobody
hot.
wants to touch you, Zorric.
This is getting weird. But yeah, no, I mean, I think that seasonally in the summer, people tend to be more positive. The sun is brighter. Yeah. And so they're
Seasonal
more apt
depression
to-
is real, y'all.
It is.
Okay.
It's
Emma.
heavy duty.
What? Tell us about that.
I'm totally up for freckling.
Yeah.
Like, whoever wants to freckle with me, let's do it.
Freckle. It sounds like a
I feel like, that's in
foreplay.
a book. Yeah. Is that in the Kama Sutra?
No. Let's have, well, no, I can't even say it. Never mind.
Okay.
Oh, come on. It'd be fine.
So
I was going to say, let's have a freckling relationship. And I was like, no, that sounds even horrible. Like, that sounds even worse. I'm totally okay freckling.
okay.
Dang it. Nope. Okay.
You are or you're not? There's
The
no
concept
hands.
is acceptable to you.
I am not opposed to being with someone who's a freckler in the summer. There. That's
But
a
you're-
clean statement.
But you're okay with them leaving. What if it was?
Yeah, can we just like from the beginning like be like, hey, like this is
This is a summer
and-
fling.
Yeah, and I'd be like, okay, great, because
Yeah.
this is my time. This is I want to go see museums. I want to go see concerts. I want to go to the parks.
Yeah.
I want to
Want
be
a fun
outside.
buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but aren't you building a relationship there? You're like getting intimate.
then maybe we
you're
can be
having
friends
fun.
afterwards. But you know what? If it doesn't happen, like it's okay. If it doesn't
Would that be like
happen.
tanning or instead of freckling? I don't know.
I'm okay tanning too.
I think though, if you get to the point where
Too far.
you're like physical,
Yeah.
I think it confuses things.
Which I'm not. So
yeah, we
I'm
all
safe.
know that Kaylee.
Oh, where are you going with this?
We're trying to talk about me. They just confuse us.
No.
Wait, how long have you known me and you're calling me about someone
No,
else's
no,
name?
it
You
has-
called me Kali for like 3 years.
I didn't know how to say your name. Phonetically, it looks like Callie. Phonetically.
Talk to my mother.
No.
English is not my first language, okay?
Well, okay.
So okay.
In Spanish, it would be Cali. So, I'm sorry that my Spanish brain came out.
Okay. Again, I burn in the shade.
English is not my first language. Everybody take a drink right now.
Okay. So Emma, it's different because you're not physical, and I
Right.
think Kaylee and I, like, it's different because I mean,
we're open to that, I guess.
Yeah, we're both open to that, and so for me, when I'm physical with somebody, like that's you get attached, right, or something.
Yeah.
Like that. Yeah. So.
Which I gotta say, like, even if you're not physical with someone, like, you still get attached.
Yeah.
So it's gonna happen. Like, I'm still gonna get attached to you.
Attachment isn't
like just for sex.
Yeah.
It just happens.
It does make it stronger though. So
It does make it strong. It amplifies it.
She said
and
that.
maybe this.
Go ahead.
Really? So I think
I missed
and
it.
this is
I don't
my
know
weird
what you're
brain.
giggling about.
like to me, if I'm like actually going all the way and like having sex with somebody, it's like, okay, am I willing to actually have a baby with this person? Like, no.
Is that what women think? Like,
Yes.
The first date.
Yeah.
No.
Can I have a baby with this man, or it potentially in the future?
It is a risk, and that's that's why I prefer to be celibate, because it's easier. Like, I'm not. I'd rather not have a child with someone that I'm gonna regret later. So
Right. Or an
no sex.
STD.
Yeah, because then you got to live with that the rest of your life.
Yeah.
So we learned today
Tap it
that
before you tap it, peeps.
yes, we learned today that Kaylee does not like to be touched during the summertime.
Correct.
Unless
Cuddled,
she's under
cuddled.
AC.
Unless it's very cold
We learned
in the
that
building.
that Emma is okay with it,
Yeah.
and she would
Thrives
love
in the heat.
You guys, this is the first time that I feel like I agree with something.
Oh, should we put this on a baby book or something?
We should.
Yeah, Emma's first agreement. I feel like this is probably one of the first times. It might be more, but I don't remember. I usually disagree with everything.
And we also learned that freckling is like intercourse because people are in and out and in and out.
Through the course of time.
Intercourse of time.
Yeah.
Great way.
You are
Okay.
the worst.
So that's all we have for today.
I'm never getting invited back.
We hope you enjoyed this show. If you have any questions, comments, or show topics you'd like for us to discuss, you can drop us a note at hello@datepodcast.com or on @datepodcast on Instagram and
Twitter.
Kaylee, thank you.
Thank you.
Yes.
You were a
been real.
delight. Okay.
Thanks.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye. Bye. Bye.